Hi, I'm Melissa Muir. Welcome back. In this video, we're going to talk a little bit more about flex shafts, but not just about flex shafts. Which is the right one for you and how do you choose which one you need? So that's what we're going to talk about today. Let's dive right in. If you go out to the Foredom website or any of their retailer sites, you're usually going to come across a whole line of flex shafts. And that's because the different options that you can pick to customize it for your needs. So one of the first things that we need to figure out is which motor is the proper one. And that's really where we're going to focus right now. So what is a flex shaft? Well, it comes with multiple parts. First, you're going to have the motor, and then you're going to have down below it hanging down what we call the flexible shaft. And over that shaft or that coil is going to be a sheath. And then you can place on a handpiece. And again, you have a number of choices there. Finally, you're going to select, do you want a foot control or do you want a tabletop control for your speed? Well, we're going to concentrate on the motor part in this video. So let's dive right in and let's look at those. First up, we have the SR motor. Hands down, about 95% of flex shaft motors that you're going to find are going to be the SR motor. It's a great general all-around machine. It's going to be strong and fast, and you have a few extra options. So let's talk strong and fast. It's got a 1/6 horsepower motor, which is going to give us some decent torque, and it's fast. It has 18,000 RPM as its top speed. Now, as a jeweler, that's far beyond what I need, but it can be great in some other industries, such as those people who are doing really fine details with wood carving and such. It is the only flex shaft motor that has both a forward and a reverse. It is also the only AC power motor that is offered by Foredom. All the rest of them are DC. We'll talk about that in a minute. And it also has the option of being ordered for 115 volt or 230 volt. So that's going to depend on what your country requirements are. Next up, we have the powerhouse, and this is the TX motor. This thing is not only powerful, but it is also fast. So again, talk power fast. So we've got a 1/3 horsepower. That is double the horsepower of the SR motor. So we've got a lot of torque that's going to go into this. It's also fast. Not quite as fast as the SR, but coming in at 15,000 RPM, that is still pretty darned quick. So you are going to have a lot of power and speed. What that means is that if you are not careful, you're going to be breaking drill bits and accessories. But it's going to give you that power and the speed that you need to get in and get that job done. This is also a machine that is meant for hogging out large amounts of wood. So if you get in there with some of your carving bits and burrs, you're going to be able to just really dig in, and it's not going to lag or slow down on you. It's also one of these machines that's great for porting engines. This one comes as a forward only rotation, and it's only offered as 115 volt. Next up is one of my favorites and one of my most used in my studio next to that SR motor, and we're talking about the LX motor. So this one's kind of special because it is a high torque but low speed, and here's the thing that's cool about it is that its torque at lower speed is higher than the torque that you would get with that TX motor. So that's saying something. We've got a lot more power at low speed. Now this machine is a slower speed, which is 5,000 RPM. And this pairs beautifully with my hammer handpiece. Now if you guys have watched any of my videos before, you know that I stress this a lot. That hammer handpiece should never be run over 5,000 RPM. If you do, you will burn out that handpiece. So this one, you'll never have to worry about that, even if you went the fastest speed that it could give you. But the thing that's nice is that you're going to have a lot of power behind each of those strokes as well. That's going to make this ideal for heavy stone setting, for any of your chisel or wax carving, as well as heavy drilling. Again, this has only a forward motion, and it comes in both the 115 and the 230 volt. Now the last one is a little bit more specialized. This is the PGX Power Graver. Now this machine is going to be very low speed, and it's going to have a lot of power behind it, and it's going to work with specific hand pieces. Now this one is ideal and specifically meant for things like texturing and engraving. It will also handle some power stone setting as well. It has a 1/20th horsepower, and its top speed is only 2,800 RPM. Again, its motion is also only forward. Now our last three machines, the TX, the LX, and that PGX, they are all DC motors. So we have a direct current. It is very important that you never plug these directly into a wall. You must plug it either into the foot pedal, which acts as our converter, or into a tabletop control unit, again, which will act as a converter from the power that comes from your wall, which is AC, into that DC motor. So you cannot just pick up any hand control or foot controller to run these. They do need to be that specific foot pedal. So that was quite a bit to cover. So which machine is the right one for you? Let's just take my industry alone, and I'm a jeweler. So as a jeweler, the SR motor is going to be kind of my all-around get it done job. I have a lot of different accessories that I can use with that, including belt sanders, a grinder. I can use my different hand pieces such as the number 30, plus a variety of quick change hand pieces. I like the ability that I have to have that forward and reverse motion that helps me get out of binds. If I happen to be drilling something and it binds my drill bit, I can back that out. Also, it makes it so that certain accessories can be used in reverse so that I'm not bringing debris towards my face. I can actually run it in reverse and pull that away. The TX motor I do have in my studio, but it gets very little usage unless I have some really heavy duty drilling that needs to happen. But for the most part, a TX is just a little too much for the jewelry studio. The LX motor also gets used quite a bit in my studio, and again, that is more often than not paired with my hammer handpiece. Gives me the ability to set really thick bezels, as well as just setting my stones and prongs. You gotta use a little careful touch there, but I do use it for all of that as well. That power graver, it's a newer one in my studio, and I've got some videos coming out on that one in not too long. That one is a really good one for not only adding texture, but also doing all of that engraving work. So be sure to watch out for that one coming up. So if you have any questions whatsoever, make sure to leave those down in the comment section. We do our best to answer them there, as well as come up with new videos to further the education on all of this. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next time around.